Borderlands is the looter shooter. This franchise is packed with so many guns, so many wild characters, so many incredible missions. It's a miracle one package can contain 3 games of this caliber. Enter Borderlands Legendary Collection, featuring Borderlands Game of the Year Edition, Borderlands II, and Borderlands the PreSequel. With their cooperative antics, massive mission lists, and bombastic visuals, these games seem made for the hybrid flexibility of Nintendo Switch. And now they're finally here, bringing single-player, split-screen co-op, and online co-op for up to 4 players across 3 massive Borderlands adventures. That's 3 campaigns, 16 Vault Hunters, a boatload of DLC, and way too many guns to even count. Once you start playing this beloved series, you're not going to want to stop. With over-the-top humor, over-the-top weaponry, and over-the-top boss encounters, the Borderlands franchise has always delivered FPS gameplay that takes everything to the next level. And speaking of next level, progressing your character through the varied skill trees and building your own playstyle is a huge part of the fun. Borderlands Game of the Year Edition is the ultimate way to experience the beginning of this fantastic series, collecting all DLC and improved visuals in one bold package. Borderlands 2 and Borderlands the PreSequel come fully loaded with tons of story DLC, fleshing out this frenetic world in exciting ways and upping the gun count exponentially. What sets these games apart for me is how exciting and fresh it is to constantly upgrade and update your arsenal. The hunt for your next favorite gun is so enticing, you won't want to put Borderlands Legendary Collection down. And thankfully, the moment-to-moment gameplay is tuned to perfection. These are phenomenal shooters that are just as enjoyable solo as they are with friends. Borderlands 1 kicks things off by introducing major locations and characters that have captured imaginations and defined this franchise for years. The world of Pandora holds many mysteries and many strange enemies. We're talking giant insects, evil warriors, psycho bandits, and many more. Race your way to the vault and its mythic bounty, experiencing the origins of this franchise's famed humor and mechanics, and play as one of 4 awesome Vault Hunters. There's Lilith the Siren, Mordecai the Hunter, Roland the Soldier, and Brick the Berserker, each with their own unique abilities and skill trees, lethal alone and deadly together. Combine these Vault Hunters to take full advantage of their diverse skill sets, or roll your favorite in single player, then swap classes for a whole new playthrough.
In a moment, you'll be greeted by a funny little robot. Do everything he says. You'll know what I mean when it happens.
My favorite memories of Borderlands 1 involve those epic boss battle title cards. I feel like that's one of Borderlands' most awesome unique flourishes. These bosses love to announce who they are and why they're about to mess you up. Borderlands 2 kicks things up a notch by doubling down on what made the first game great. There's more guns, more enemy types, and more quests. Plus, this entry introduces Handsome Jack, one of the most memorable antagonists in gaming. He is as hilarious as he is ruthless, and will stop at nothing to kick your Vault Hunter butt. This time, you get to pick from Maya the Siren, Axton the Commando, Salvador the Gunzerker, and Zero the Assassin. But wait, those 4 aren't enough for you? Borderlands 2 introduced DLC classes in the form of Gage the Necromancer and Krieg the Psycho, and they're both included here as well. If you want my input, it's Zero or Gage all the way. Zero deploys a holographic decoy, which is great for solo survival, while Gage summons a powerful battle robot, which is great for everything.
It's our new torture dolls, boys! Let's turn up the heat!
But my favorite moments of Borderlands 2 all involve Handsome Jack. He is the worst in the best way possible. A phenomenal villain that sets the tone for a thrilling and humorous journey.
Goes the bandit.
Speaking of Handsome Jack, Borderlands the PreSequel explores the origins of our most loved man to hate. This game is set between the events of Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2, and introduces low-gravity environments, cryogenic effects, laser guns, and a playable Claptrap. But back it up to that thing I said about low gravity. We're floating and flying because much of Borderlands the PreSequel takes place on a moon base. Four more Vault Hunters tap in this time around, and you can play as Athena the Gladiator, Wilhelm the Enforcer, Nisha the Lawbringer, or Claptrap the Frag Trap. You'll recognize these ferocious faces, as each of these four starting classes were NPCs in past Borderlands games, and all offer something totally new and fresh for the franchise, especially Claptrap.
Help! Lots of help! I got no idea who these troops are or why they got a murder on for this space station, but...
There's more DLC characters in this one as well. Aurelia the Baroness, and a pretty big secret character that we've mentioned a few times already. No spoilers. I love playing as Claptrap in the PreSequel. It's a pretty wild time moon bouncing and firing lasers as the little robot buddy. There's something magnificent about a hunk of metal melting the faces of every single enemy that stands in his way. Oh, and that redacted DLC character, he's supremely satisfying as well.
Now, I will ask you this only once. Why? That is a long story.
One package, 3 games. Too many guns to count. And more hours of looter shooter glory than you know what to do with. But luckily, with the portable nature of Nintendo Switch, you can bring Borderlands Legendary Collection with you wherever you go. Whether it's single player or co-op, this franchise is so much fun. Play through the entire storyline, or find the Vault Hunter that looks right for you. With all this content, all this DLC, and all these options, you can't go wrong. I remember opening my first Borderlands loot chest, and then another, and another, and another. Trust me, you'll know the feeling soon enough. This is the ideal way to experience a legendary franchise, and it's available now on Nintendo Switch. Well, guys and girls, you now know why Borderlands has been making fans laugh, cheer, and cosplay since 2009. Take a second to hit like and subscribe, and let us know which Borderlands game you plan to play first in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll see you again soon.